Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here in the Trackside Racing Network booth. I about messed up. We are live here from Monza GP. It is time for tonight's Red Sox Racing League. And with me in the booth here tonight, it is none other than Todd Chase Jr. Todd Chase, welcome to the booth, man.
Yeah, it's great to be here. It's been, 6 or 8 months since I've been in the booth with you? Yeah.
Been a minute. I know you don't know a ton about road racing, but it is good to have you here, and you're going to learn a lot tonight. You know a little bit about it. I mean, you're not horrible by any means, but three classes out on track here at once at Monza. It's going to be fun. Of course, LMPs right now are qualifying. We done have qualifying over in the GTE, the GTD, and some qualified about to wrap up here in a moment for the LMP2. So we are here at Monza. Like I said, this is week number 2 out of 12 for these guys. These guys did have a practice last night, and it was David Shutt who just took the pole away, who was fastest last night. So he is here tonight. Of course, Ross Booth, unfortunately, not here again. I know work's kind of been getting in his way lately, so it kind of sucks because he's not here. But we are here at Monza, of course. This is the Monza with the chicanes. 11 turns at 3.6 miles long and 40-mile-an-hour pit road speed. Todd, race should be fun, man, as we get set to go. What are you mainly watching for?
Mainly, we're going to be watching for these guys going in through the chicanes. We watched Derek Pemberton the other night in practice. He literally had to slow down and roll through the chicanes in order to get a good lap down. That's going to be the main thing tonight, along with off track. We're going to really have to watch those.
Yeah, that's one thing we noticed in practice the other night was a lot of guys was getting off tracks on this place, which I know that may not sound like a lot to certain people, but what that's going to do is give these guys, if you get an off track, it basically takes away the bonus points. And we've seen in seasons past that bonus points are huge when the points battle is only 1 or 2 points. So, Todd, you've won championships. I know it's on the oval side of things. You know how important bonus points are as well.
Oh, yes, definitely. They can either make or break your season.
That is for sure. So, like I said, qualifying is underway right now. We'll jump down to the racetrack, and you can kind of see some of the qualifying that is going on right now. David Shutt currently on top of the board. Still out there qualifying, so we'll take a look at him in that number 10 LLP2 car. Guys, Todd, let me ask you real fast. What is your favorite road track on iRacing? And for people in chat, let me know your favorite as well.
If I had to choose one, it would... Well, okay, I'll just say this. Watkins Glen and Sonoma are kind of my... They're both equal in my opinion.
I like Sonoma.
Yeah, they're both difficult depending on what configuration you run in, but at the same time, they could be fun as well.
Yeah, for sure. So, I think my favorite... I personally think my favorite is Lamar. Now that I've actually sat down and actually thought about it, I've asked this question before, and I really didn't have an answer. So, yeah. Right now, driver standings, David Shutt is on top of the board by 5 points. Mitch Heller currently second by 2 points over Christopher Jimenez, and Paul Gibson currently leads over GTD over Kopker by about 6 points, it looks like. Here in a couple weeks, of course, or I'm sorry, here, make sure it was next week. Yeah, next week, I know we have an off week, I believe. Maybe not. Next week, we are at Canadian Tire, which is going to be fun. I like Canadian Tire. Then we go to Long Beach, Watkins Glen, Road America, Barcelona. That is your next few races all the way to the end of April. I'm not even going to pronounce that one after that one. We'll get to that when the time comes because I'm horrible with punctuation and apparently reading as well. Qualifying coming to an end right now. David Shutt, we're still watching him. We can jump back a little bit. Here's Cameron Bidwell. He is out on track into 56 as well. Running right behind the 13 of Ryan Wush. This could be a good lap here, maybe for Cameron or Ryan as well. The 13 working the wheel just a little bit. And looks like Ryan's actually going to pull off to the side. And his qualifying session going to come to an end. Good to see James Prostell Jr. back in here tonight, back in here in the LLP2 car tonight. I know we got a lot of Mitch Heller fans that watch. He is currently your leader in the GTE class here in qualifying, so he'll be starting on the pole. And then, of course, Paul Gibson and Nikhil Kopker both first and second over in GTD. So pretty much how the points line up is how they are right now in qualifying. So we'll wait for qualifying to end. We'll get this race set up here, ready to go. Of course, you know we're not going to take tires by any means. Todd, let me get your picks, man. Pick for LMP2 cars.
Well, I have to go with the teammate here. I think Derek Pemberton's going to try and do the best he can. We'll see if he wrecks at all, but
you just got to be a little biased towards him. I get you.
A little.
I do hope that he has a good finish. For the LMP2s, I think I'm actually going to go with Ryan Wush, I think. Just a different pick. All right, over in GTE, who do you got?
Well, I think I'm going to go with Mitch Heller.
That's a good
He's
pick.
been he got his first win last week in the whole league, so I'm thinking
awesome.
he'll go for 2-0. Yeah.
Well, since you took my pick, I'm just going to go out. I'm going to say Terry Dahl, because why not? I don't really have a reason why. I just like Terry, which I like a lot of these guys, but I want to go with him. All right, GTD, Todd Chase Jr., who do you got?
Well, I think I'm going to go with Paul Gibson.
Of course you are. I think this one's actually going to be close, I'll be honest.
It might be really close.
Yeah, I think this is going to be your closest race possibly in the entire race is the GTD. Looking at qualifying times, I mean, they're
real
pretty
close.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Trent Brown in the 7. No reason why, it's just there.
Yep.
I like him for some reason, so it'll be interesting to see. So, all right, Todd, the grid is starting to grid up now as we get ready to go racing here live from Monza. Keep it in mind, guys, if something happens, my power just goes out all of a sudden, we got a big storm. It's the same storm that's hitting Alabama, hitting Tennessee now. Just keep that in mind if it does. Right. It should be good, though, hopefully till the end at least. Todd's like, it better not go out.
Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't. Now, luckily, we are getting some rain up here, too, but we're not getting what you guys are getting down there. No, we did not need rain at all. It is so wet.
Yeah, it's got pretty bad here.
It's crazy.
I think the weather here is supposed to be good tomorrow and Saturday, I know for sure. And I think Sunday's actually looking way better than what they was initially calling for, which is good because I know the NASCAR race is in town. So hopefully, you know, right now they're still calling for 97% chance of rain on Sunday.
We do not need that for that race. That race needs to go on Sunday.
The good news
I am so excited for it.
The good news is they're not calling for any race Sunday night. So
it could be a night race.
Yeah, which would be interesting. But they're definitely not calling for any on Monday. But
yeah.
All right, so here we get ready to go as the field gets ready to roll off here from the grid. Ready to get this one underway.
You got your snacks and your drink?
I got my Nerds gummy clusters, which, not gonna lie, Nerds, if you want to sponsor somebody,
they're freaking amazing.
You don't even have to pay. Just send me a couple bags of Nerds a week, and I will promote the crap out of you. Then Mountain Dew, we're not getting our sponsorship by any means, but I got my Mountain Dew. What are you drinking tonight?
Just regular water.
There you go.
Been drinking too much pop lately, so.
I hear you. All right, so here we go. I'll tell you what you need. You need what's on Terry Dahl's car. The sponsor that's on his is that Hamburg Brewing Company.
Ooh.
And I'm not going to lie, I don't know a lot about them, but his paints are always amazing. But it looks good. I know Les Turner drinks it, and they posted some stuff about it. It actually does not look bad. I know that they got a bunch of different, flavors and stuff. But here we go. Rolling out. It's the pace truck. Oh, man, Derek, shut up.
Do I even want to know?
Derek, you're talking about you saying pop on the broadcast.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
For those that don't know, I'm up in Michigan, so we call it pop.
Dude, I call it that too. I'm gonna be honest. I call it whatever, whatever's in my mind.
Whoever calls it soda or Coke everywhere, they're just
wrong.
They're just not right. Yeah, they're wrong.
So here's your good look as the field worked through the corners. You're riding on board with Mitch Heller right now, so you're getting a pretty clean look of what's up in front of him. Of course, If we want to go even better than that, we can actually hop up to David Shutt, who's got the clean view of the pace truck right in front of him. Getting ready to go green here from Monza. Looking forward to tonight's race. Todd, it should be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Here comes the field, working off the final corner. Pace truck set to drop in. Remember, 3 different classes here tonight. We'll get it started with the LMP2. As the pace truck takes the hard right down pit road. Not a hard right, but the simple right as the green flag is coming out here shortly. Green flag is now out of the air. LLP2's underway. We will jump back momentarily here to GTE in just a second. We watch the LLP2s head towards the first chicane, Todd. This should be interesting.
Yeah, these guys are really going to be double file through here. It's going to be hard getting through there.
Everybody makes it through clean. LMP2's good to go. Here's GTE headed for the first chicane. This should be good. Oh, big moves already in GTE. Not sure who that is. A little bit further back. Looks like that's 4th place Robert making a big move in that red and white car. And they look so far so good. That means it is one class set. They are underway as well. GTD in the first chicane. Everybody's looking good. Everybody actually very impressive here in this first chicane, Todd.
I'm
there
surprised.
They go. Big stack up, the 9 car, and looks like that is Chris Shieldsmith in the 26, getting a little bit involved. I believe that may be 2 teammates, but I don't think it is. It is not. But yeah, for the most part, everybody got through that pretty good, Todd.
Yeah, I was expecting everybody to have an issue going through there, but apparently not.
Though I want to mention that Ryan Walsh did take away second from Cameron Bidwell. We got an issue. Colin Weatherholt has had issues. The 21 car through the Todd. I think we already know what happened before I mentioned the chicane. I think we already know what he hit. Oh, somebody jumped it. Yeah, the 13 jumped the turtle. He got airborne. The 21.
Holy crap.
Yeah, he actually jumped the whole turtle. Gets airborne. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he actually lifted the whole car up off the ground, slams the wall, and will continue on, but going to be some damage, I would imagine, to that car. Wow. Here's Cameron Bidwell. Oh, having issues here with the 20 of Dave Hill. He cuts the chicane off. More troubles behind him is Mark Wilson. Under pressure from Les Turner. We'll see what happened to Wilson here. He may have had issues here with Derek Pemberton. These 2 have had run-ins in the past.
Oh, boy.
And it looks like, no, I mean, 323 just couldn't really make the turn that great. I mean, Derek may squeeze in a little bit. Looks like the 20 of Dave Hill also had another issue just now. Boy, these LMP2s are all over the place.
Yeah, which is shocking because they were not all over the place the other night in practice.
Had another issue with Dennis Griffin in the GTE. 23 car has went off the track. Here's what happened to him. Did he have help? Or Todd just spun around? Not really a spin, but
no harm, no foul.
yeah, he'll be all right.
David Shutt out to a huge lead now in the LMP2s.
Yeah, 3.5 seconds over Ryan Walsh right now. Wow, that was a crazy start, dude. Remember how we... what happened?
Ryan Roberson was slow there, and they were 3 wide coming out of the corner. He had to slow down to move out of the way. I wonder if he had damage or anything.
Okay, look, Todd, I'm not going to jinx nobody. Derek Pemberton's up to 4th.
What?
Yeah, I think we should just end this broadcast right now.
Yep.
But nah, he's doing a good job. We'll be watching him. Let's jump back. Big battle back here. Paul Gibson and Kel Kopker. We knew this class would be pretty tight, and well, here you go, nose to tail, going down the straightaway for the battle for the lead. Let's hop on board here with Nikhil in the 42. Here's a great look on board with him. Watching Nikhil Kopker right now going up to speed. Get ready to go to that first chicane, see what he can do here in the first chicane.
Looked like he closed in a little bit. Let's see if he can. You see, he loses a little bit coming out of that corner.
For sure. Yeah, it looks like he's going to have to figure out a little bit to get through that. Cameron Bidwell has, well, I was about to say, may have had an issue, but I lied. He just blinked out for a minute. As we get set to jump back here. We're still watching this battle right now for the first position. The PG-13 drivers, Paul Gibson, Raquel working nose to tail here on lap number 4. Rod Wash just set the new fastest lap in at number 13 LLP2 car. Looks like Rod Robertson may have some issues. Okay, he's just blinking. Cameron Bidwell, did he have issues? No, he's just slowing down for chicane. Man, that's what's weird about this. Some people are blinking and it's hard for me to see.
Oh, Derek Pemberton just wrecked.
Yep, had an issue. Already goes to the chicane. He drops back. Man, it's like every LMP2 has had an issue. Here's what happened to Derek. He was side by side. Mark Wilson, well, and he actually went for a ride. He actually flipped up over on his side, Todd.
Oh, man.
And he does get it rolling back around. So I think he just lost it in front of Mark here. Let's see what happened. Wilson looks to the right side. And then, well, Derek may have come down on him a little bit there. But either way, we continue on. Yeah, him and Derek's had some issues in the past. We know that. Not many people in here have issues with each other. But them two, for some odd reason, do. Ryan Robertson getting passed by Mark Wilson, or should I say Robertson taking that spot away from Mark Wilson. Wilson drops back to 5th. Dave Hill looks to try to take advantage of this. This is a battle for 5th place. Well, we'll call it for 4th place. As you ride on board right now with Dave Hill. Well, that's a wild looking view right there, the helmet cam.
Yeah.
Looks like that Wilson going to drop back a little bit here. Dave Hill takes that spot over. Back to it. We got a wreck behind us a little ways. That looks like it was Lachlan McMillan. The 98 has had an issue and just lost it coming out of the chicane. Todd, that's one thing I've noticed. These chicanes are killing people right now.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they're killing these guys.
Especially in these cars. I mean, just, you know, usually the grip level in these cars are a little bit better than what we normally see, like the oval cars or something like that. But you see, like, a lot of guys losing it on the exit, like they're getting into gas too early, kind of like what we would see in an oval car, like they're getting too much power in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. James Prostel Jr., the 16. That's a nice looking car, Todd. I love that paint.
Yeah, that is a good looking paint.
Yeah, I love that purple. So I like that. He always brings great paint schemes to the racetrack. Todd, pit stop's probably going to be a little ways away. We've got 21 laps of racing here tonight. When do you want to schedule that pit stop, you think?
Oh, boy. Well, we know we're not going to need any tires.
Yeah.
Unless you mess up and you get, you get turned around. But mainly I would try to go at least halfway.
Yeah, halfway is usually what we look for. And we know pit road will make or break a lot of guys' race. I'll tell you something interesting. David Shutt just put down a new fastest lap, and as soon as he did, Rod Walsh said, hold on, and he put down the fastest lap. So,
yeah, and David Shutt's got some slower guys ahead of him, too, so it'll be interesting to see how he can work through.
You are correct, catching up to it. You see him blink his light, catching up to the GTE or GTD cars. And that's going to put Kevin Kyle one lap down. Of course, good spot right here to catch him in before that next chicane. Good pass there, but you got to really work that, man. A lot of this, Todd, dealing with traffic, no matter what kind of racing it is, can be an issue no matter who you are.
Exactly. And it's all about catching the guys right at the right time so it doesn't mess you up, because that guy in second, whether he's 3 seconds behind you or not, he's still coming no matter what. So.
Yeah. Looking around the racetrack, I don't see too much. Everybody kind of getting a little bit spaced out for the most part. Still got somewhat of a battle. Dennis Griffin has had an issue in the 23, and it looks like he has actually towed it in. He may have just pulled off. It looks like nope, he drives it into the wall. It was first. But Paul Gibson and Nikhil, the only cars that's really close to each other right now. Something happened to Ryan because David Shutt has actually extended his lead a little bit. There may be a battle for second in LMP2 here in just a moment. Didn't Cameron Bidwell have issues?
I think he did.
I think something small. I don't think it was very big, but you see Bidwell right there in that 56 car right there. Hamsel, PG-13, trying to run down the VRS satellite team.
Now, when we do pit stops, one thing these guys gotta have when they come out of the pits is they gotta stay below that white line.
Yep.
So that's already one issue, and then on top of that, you're gonna have other cars still out on the track who are gonna catch them right at the wrong time going into that chicane.
Yeah, to be honest, this is not really a wide track for 3 classes, especially with the LMP2 cars. So it's kind of a narrow track, so you really got to maneuver your car on how to pass these people. I mean, that's just being honest. As you see, Paul Gibson just gets lapped by David Shutt, overall LMP leader, and a big move a little bit further back in second. But one thing about we've seen in these races, these tracks, you really have to negotiate a lot of traffic that comes your way. These guys are racing for position too, and you kind of see the LMP2s dodging in and out right here in the 56, going to try to get a run. Cameron Bidwell trying to take second away from Ryan Wush, and may try to cross him over, and he does. Gets to the inside, tight race off the final corner. Looks like Cameron Bidwell may take away second as they cross the stripe. It does. Here comes the 13, going to try to utilize the toe a little bit. Watch for him to make a big move. Yes, he does. Looking to the inside, going into turn 1. Going to have the preferred line going into the corner, not out of it. We'll see what happens. Outbrake him. He does. Wow. What a move by Ryan Wush. That was a nice pass.
That is a great pass.
Yeah, that's textbook LMP2 cars.
See, that's what you got to do. In order to gain positions, that's exactly what you got to do.
Draft is a big factor in these cars. Like, let's just be honest. Here's Mark Wilson and Les Turner. Haven't talked about Les tonight. That Batman 01 card, still the best paint scheme in this sim just because it's Batman. No matter, even if, I would have painted somebody's car, I would have said this is the base car just because who it is. But Les right now running 6th place, trying to run down 5th. Doing a nice job. Also, haven't spoke this name a lot, but he is currently leading Mitch Hiller. Well, let's just call it what it is. Right now, has the biggest gap out of any class with a 3.6 second lead. Well, it's between him and the LMP2 cars, but of course, Mitch picks up the first win last week, like Todd mentioned. Trying to go back to back here this week.
Yeah, Sam, I'm bored with Mitch Heller right now, and he's basically doing what we had talked about earlier. He's just taking his time through them chicanes, and obviously it's working for him right now.
For sure on that one. Todd, you're a league owner and been a league owner. This league's been around a very long time. That's pretty hard to do, and it's been successful with it too.
Yeah, we've had many issues with my leagues, but I gotta give it to him. How can I don't even know how you can last this long, let alone have at least 3 classes worth of
solid
people
racing,
showing up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 3 classes to get this many people to show up in each class is pretty tough to do. I mean, you're looking at at least 10 drivers per class. I think there is 10 drivers per class tonight. LMP2 cars got 11. But that is not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not.
I mean, that is very tough to do. Colin Weatherholt has hit pit road. First stop made for him. Don't know if that's more scheduled or, of course, these guys do get a fast repair. He did have that little issue earlier. Well, I say little, he jumped his car. I don't know if I call that a little issue, but something maybe making him pit for that reason.
And let's see what happens on it when he comes out of the pits here. Let's see, here we go. We're gonna have cars coming in on the chicane with him coming out of the pits. Let's see if he has any issues.
So he needs to definitely beat this car through this corner because that was a slower car, and it looks like he's going to.
Yep.
So that was a 40.1 second stop. He did take quite a bit of fuel, 12.2 seconds. Now, of course, he probably did that for the reason, he's going to be going probably a little bit longer than everybody else's pit stop, of course. Oh, Derek Pemberton having issues.
Yep. Let's see.
I want to mention Dave Hill has also hit pit road.
Trying to look, see what happened to Derek
Did he get
Pemberton.
the turtle? He did a good job of actually saving it. Can't tell if he got the turtle. I may have to ride on board.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking at him right now.
He just got some of the curbing and it just went around on him.
Yep, exactly. He went to put the power down and it just snapped on him.
He was talking to us about that in practice last night too, and even tonight as he's on pit road. Dave Hill's on pit road as well. Dave Hill 13.5 seconds in the box. We'll see how long it takes him to get out. He's definitely looking at least 41 seconds. Make that 40.2, so good stop there for Hill. But he was talking about that last night. It kind of seems like the car wants to snap out of some of these turns, and you kind of seen it right there.
Yeah, tough break for him.
Hey, he can always fall back that he won Dirt Bristol.
Exactly.
He got that on
Which
people.
we do not know how that happened, but we're
Whatever.
just going to say it happened to move on.
Yep. That's funny. So looking around the track right now, Cameron Bidwell is coming down pit road. We'll watch the driver of the 56 currently running P3 as we are past the halfway point in this one. Bidwell coming into the box for his PG-13 team. We'll see. Also looks like Mark Wilson, Les Turner. Of course, these guys will pit a little bit sooner than GTE and GTD just because of the amount of power that they have. Gas definitely burns a lot quicker. 13.6 seconds in the box and total time out. Wow, good stop there. 39 second in total time on pit road. Not bad. 39.9. Mark Wilson in the box as well as Les Turner. Here's Wilson. Wilson has a long pit stop here. 15.9 in the box. Les Turner going to have even longer. He may have actually got a penalty. Yeah, there may be a penalty on his 01 car. It looks like that there is. He's been sitting there for about 30 seconds, so hopefully he'll be all right. But Derek Pemberton issues.
Again?
Yep, he's had a lot of issues in that chicane. It's only them chicanes he's having issues with. And once again, snaps. And I don't know where he just went. Did he hit the wall? Or? I don't know if he actually hit the wall or let's see. Man, you talking about luck. He tapped it, but it could have been way worse. Brian Stroudbeck on pit road. Brian pitting from, I believe he's actually pitting from second place in GTE. Might have been pitting from third, but here's Brian. In the 171 Porsche, we'll see what kind of times the Porsche cars are putting down. It's the first of our GTEs that have pitted. And 12.3 seconds in the box. Pretty similar to what we're seeing the LMP2 cars do. Total time on pit lane going to be 38.1. That is the fastest pit stop we have seen all night, I believe. So we'll keep
now,
out.
if you're David Shutt, when do you pit?
Honestly, man, I'm running as far as I can.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too.
Run as
Extend
far
that
as you
lead
can,
as much.
and then take a little bit less fuel as he about goes off the track.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I would do. You could play it by ear a little bit. Once Ryan hits pit road, you could pit the very next lap. You know, both Ryan, should I say, Ryan Walsh and Robinson, whichever one hits pit road first, you could hit at the end. Somebody just came down pit road. Looks like Connor, yeah, in the
Anton.
Anton, thank
Yeah.
you. Newcomer here, by the way, Friend Motorsports. I like the car, actually.
Yeah, it's a nice looking car.
Different. I'm not sure. Friend Motorsports. Yeah, he's definitely a newcomer, which is good to see that. And he's down in a way. A little slow out of the box. 13.2 seconds. Total time on pit lane. Matthew Gosh has come down pit road as well. The driver that was running P2. And I like that car too. PG-13 Ferrari 488, which is actually my favorite car to run on iRacing as far as the road cars go. Well, I don't know. I think my favorite Skip Barber than this. What's your favorite road car, Todd? It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Todd's like, none of them?
Well, are we talking about something with fenders or are we talking open wheel?
It don't matter.
Well, for open wheel, I definitely have to say the IndyCar, but...
IndyCar is fun.
Yeah. As far as with fenders, probably the C8 or the C7.
It's a good car. You know, I'll be honest, I think one of my favorite open wheel cars is, you know, I don't race that much, you know that now. But
right.
the car that iRacing actually built, the Dallara iRacing car, I like it. Oh, leaders on pit road, Paul Gibson. The PG-13 as well as the Kel Kopker also on pit road in the 42. 31.
Yep, and so is David Shutt.
David Shutt is on pit road as well. There you go, the driver of the 10 coming down. Do want to mention that Kopker actually had a better stop than Paul Gibson. He gained about a second on pit road by taking about a less second off pit lane. Here is David Shutt now. Looking
Ryan
for something.
Walsh is still on pit road as well.
Yes, sir. Ryan Walsh is on pit road. So we're looking something for 40 seconds and lower total time on pit lane. Shutt, a pretty slow stop there.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Walsh also a little bit slow. And a 40.9 for David Shutt and a 41.6 for Ryan Walsh. So he did lose a little bit of time there. Not horrible. I mean, it looks like, honestly, he's gained a little bit from the last couple laps. I mean, he's only 2.7 back right now, but there is a battle right here for second.
Yep.
Cameron Bidwell and Ryan Walsh going at it. Bidwell at 56.
Walsh looks like he's going to clear him. Just barely.
And they're going to be, this is going to be an interesting braking zone right here.
Yep.
Ah, he's going to. Makes it through there. Boy, Ryan Walsh takes some braking zones really nice.
Yeah.
James Prosto Jr. on pit lane as well. And this, I believe, will conclude a green flag or pit stops for everyone here in this one. So we are 7 laps away from ending this one. David Shutt, well, coming up 7 to go. David Shutt out front. Working through the chicanes. I'm going to hop on board here in a minute. Let's actually hop on board with Mitch Heller. We haven't talked a lot about Mitch tonight. He's got such a big lead. We haven't talked a ton about him. Let's hop on board with him once he gets back to the start-finish line and get a ride around this racetrack. It should be fun. Normally we was going to do our pre-race video, but we did not have our driver that was supposed to do it. Joe's actually on kind of a vacation type thing, so.
Yeah, and I'm just not good at doing stuff like that.
Not good,
especially on a track that
you're not familiar with.
Know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here you go, coming out of the final corner. Here is on board with the race leader, Mitch Heller. We'll go to a different camera, a couple camera views, but we'll ride on board with him for a lap as he heads down the straightaway, heading for turn 1 chicane. You know, something pretty interesting, though. He on the brakes really hard, actually.
No, it looks like he's actually taking his time.
Yeah, I thought
just letting the car roll.
I really thought he would slam the brakes on getting into turn 1, but he does not. He's got a 9.1 second lead right now. And he's getting a little bit of draft here from the 4 car. He's on him right there pretty good.
You know, another thing that Derek was talking about in practice the other night is when you get behind somebody, it seemed like the would go away. And
yeah.
I noticed that isn't really happening tonight.
Yeah, and it could be a lot of things. Like, it looks like the sun's starting to set pretty good here.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be cooler track temps now compared to what he practiced in. As you see, one of the LMP2 cars going around. The 45. Mitchell, a little bit of moment there, running over the turtles. We was talking about the turtles earlier before we came on the air. Pretty much death if you hit them.
Yep. I mean, you can get away with a little bit if you hit them just right.
Yeah.
But
you don't want to slam them.
No, if you do, you're going for a ride.
We seen that earlier when a couple cars, Colin Winterholt, got airborne. And there's you right on board with Mitch Heller for a lap. As you see Mark Wilson going around. Everything pretty much spaced out in every class for the most part. The biggest battle, I guess we can call it, is for second right now in LMP2s, Bidwell and Ryan Wash. Wash actually just lost that lead to Bidwell for second.
Yep. Be interesting to see how fast he can catch him and then let alone try to get around him.
Marcus over on YouTube says, you're way ahead of him, Mitch. Go ahead and swing by Arby's, grab him a beef and cheddar.
Definitely got enough time for that.
He also told Mitch to drop back a little bit because he's leading by too much. That's funny.
Throw the parachute out.
I don't know if we'll see Mitch do that, though, because he's lost races by so many different ways. He's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. What is the craziest way you've lost a race, Todd?
Oh.
That you can think of.
Craziest way. Tire strategy gone wrong.
Was I the crew chief?
No, it was before. Good. It was back in my old days. Not even. Oh.
210 has had an issue. He went off track pretty hard here, it looks like.
And it looks like Ryan Wash has passed.
Man, everybody's having trouble in that corner right there. Robertson actually went airborne and got some of the wall as well. Yeah, Ryan Wash did pass Bidwell for a second, and Bidwell's right in the tracks looking to the outside. I think my craziest way. Oh, Bidwell actually. Yeah, that was wild right there. That was really close.
I am really surprised they did not make contact in that corner.
Both. Good hard racing here between these guys. I'm trying to think of the craziest way I've lost a race. I know one. Craziest way I've lost a race was lead the whole race, and I'm talking flawless. Was out by seconds. Caution comes out, come down pit road, I get too fast exiting.
Oh.
With like 4 laps left, yep. Lost it.
So, you just asked, what was the craziest way I've lost a race?
Yes.
Well, what's the craziest way you won a race?
So, mine would probably be a field mileage race. Everybody pitted, and I started saving 7 laps into the run because I knew everybody would be short. So, I started saving, and I ran out coming out of turn 4 and 1.
Wow.
Yeah. You talk about saving, by the way. And it was a broadcasted race by, I can't remember who was broadcasting. That was a good one, and it was a cup race at Texas. So, or Xfinity race, I can't remember. But it was a race at Texas.
I'm trying to remember my craziest way I won a race. I think it was back
Probably your league, right?
It was either the league or I want to say just recently when I ran for that truck championship.
Could have been
where we had a couple of races where we were not the best truck, but then something happened to the leaders and it just propelled us to into the lead with a handful of laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, I've won a couple races by the way, the main reason why we're showing a battle right now for second in LMP2, this is literally the only cars that's close to each other. Well, actually, I just found another one. But right here, David Berry and Lachlan McMillan, this is a battle for third place in the GTD. But I've won a couple races where, good racing right here, the leaders versus second will take each other out in the last lap, and I'll go underneath them and win. I've done that before. That was pretty wild. But I think my craziest was the Phil Mileage race that I got lucky enough to win. What is your biggest win on iRacing, Todd? Besides your championship.
Well, see, it kind of goes hand in hand with the championship. It's got to be getting that first league win at Darlington in the street stock. There's only maybe one other thing that would contest with that is winning both those races at Iowa in the truck. But
Iowa's a tough track.
Yeah, but we know my truck was on rails that night.
My biggest win is the Indianapolis 500. I won that one, started dead last, as we are coming to 2 laps to go next time by, as you see David Shutt. But Indianapolis 500, and then I also won the Daytona 500 this year. I think it was this year or last, but that was thanks to Derek Pemberton.
Yeah, well, I think that was last year.
Was it last year?
I think so.
I've won that one. I'm trying to think of. I believe that's really my two biggest. But the Indianapolis 500 was special. I love the Indy cars. That's probably my favorite oval top car to drive. Just going to be honest. You know, the trucks are fun. But as far as the oval cars, you know, I like the Indy cars. Everybody now spaced out quite a bit here. So we're going to watch Ryan Robertson and Colin Weatherholt for 6th. We are coming to 1 lap to go next time by for David Shutt, Mitch Heller, and Paul Gibson. All 3 of them cars. Pretty good here. Leading by over 5 seconds in each class. Looks like we are coming this time to the white flag. White flag here for David Shutt. So a little bit of smoke up there in front of him. Yeah, I'm not sure who that was. It's Terry Dahl. Terry hasn't had the greatest night tonight. He's 6th place, which ain't horrible out of 10 cars, but
not at all.
You know, I'm sure he wants to do a little bit better than that. Bill Paulucki having a good night in the 81. He's currently 4th right now. He started a little bit further back, so he's done a good job. Keeping up to where he should be. Battle for 3rd here once again. Lachlan McMillan, David Berry, as the white flag about to be displayed here for David Shutt. But here's the battle for this class. There's a little almost contact there between Berry and McMillan going into turn 1 chicane. Oh, there is a bump right there, and still side by side. Oh, and well, the 27 not very happy. David Berry putting the hard bumper onto McMillan. Not entirely sure why. McMillan definitely something not meaning to get into him. That was a little strange. Don't see that. There may have been something else that happened here earlier. Now, McMillan definitely got into him. I don't think it was on purpose that he got into him, but it'll be interesting. So the white flag is out from the field. As you get a look here at David Shutt blinking the lights, trying to get around on the outside. Get ready to put this one in the books here for the driver of the 10, the 45, and the 31.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to have an issue here coming up to this next corner.
If I'm him right now, just take your time.
Yeah, take your time, get them lights going, get these guys kind of out of your way, even though they're a little slower. And looks like he's got that in the bag.
Colin Weatherholt, by the way, is on pit road. He did not have enough gas to make it.
What?
The 21 did not have enough fuel to make it to the end. That's unfortunate for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to definitely lose a lot of spots. So not good. It's going to be interesting to see what the points look like and bonus points and stuff for these guys with the off tracks and all that stuff that they're going to definitely get,
Right.
I guess. I'm sure about every one of us had an off track. I would pretty much.
You would
that.
think.
Yeah. There was definitely a lot of guys that had issues in them chicanes tonight. Off the final corner, David Shutt looks to go to victory lane here once again. Shutt is back in victory lane at Monza, winner of Red Sox Racing Series. Mitch Heller looks to be the next one as he works through the final couple corners. Paul Gibson as well about to finish up. And he will try to go to victory lane. As you get a look here at Mitch Heller crossing through the final couple corners here.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have any issues coming to the line.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. Paul Gibson also about to work through the final corner here of the racetrack, so we'll watch him. And then we'll jump back to Mitch here in just a moment. And here comes the 31 machine of Paul Gibson looking away. We got a car that stopped. I don't know who that is, but here you go. Paul Gibson, winner at Monza in the GTD class. Congratulations to the PG-13 driver. Now, back over to GTE. Mitch Heller picked up his first win last week. How about two, Todd?
Yeah, that's a great accomplishment.
Mitch Heller will win in the GTE class here at Monza. All right, Todd, I'll see you in just a minute. We'll hop over and do interviews. Once I figure out where I'm at. All right, let's hop over there and do them. So we'll wait for the drivers to come in here. We'll talk to them here momentarily as David Shutt, like I said, is your race winner here in the number 10 car. You see what they're doing. They have to drive all the way around the track again before they actually can exit the car. You have to complete a lap before you go back to pit road before you completely exit. And Lachlan McMillan, something happened there with a 98 and 27. Lachlan's actually going to finish in 4th, looks like, in class. If that stands where I've seen it. So there's Mitch Heller, and he'll go back around as well. And then, of course, Paul Gibson. So we'll wait here for just a moment as David Shutt going to be joining us in the booth. David, just had him up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I do.
Man, good racing tonight. It looked like a lot of guys was having trouble through the chains in this LMP2 car, but you managed to take care of your stuff and put it in victory lane.
Yeah, that was a fun race. Early on, Ryan was hanging right with me. I got some traffic wrong, and he caught up to, I think, within like 1.5 seconds, and then I was able to eke it back out and pull away.
Looked like the cars was sliding around a lot more than what I was anticipating.
Maybe a little bit. With more rubber down on the track, the cars kind of slide a little bit more, but
Right.
It felt pretty consistent with what it did in practice.
Yeah, man, you definitely did a pretty good job. I mean, you know, once you was able to get out front, you was pretty much able to drive away and pick up the win. So that's always a good thing. Another win, man. Congratulations on it. Next week, I think we go to, I want to say it was Canadian Tire. How do you feel about heading there?
It should be fun. That's a really fun track with traffic. So if we got a field like we did tonight, which was great to see, could be pretty crazy, kind of like a Bristol.
Yeah, especially up in that little hairpin that they have. Hey, good race tonight, man. Shout outs and all that you want to give out?
I'd just like to thank everybody that showed up, and hope to see everybody next week.
Hey, good job tonight, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Next up, we got Paul Gibson back with us in the booth, and this man can't stop winning. The 31 back in victory lane, Paul. Good job tonight.
Oh, thank you. Yep. Yeah, it was a good race. I'm glad I picked the BMW for this one.
Yeah.
It pulls a lot harder than the Lamborghini through third and fourth gear, and that's really the big difference.
Yeah, qualifying.
It pulls like 10 feet. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I say it just pulls like 10, 15 feet on the Lambo through third and fourth gear. It's just enough that you can't draft up on somebody.
Qualifying in GTD was really tight throughout the entire, first 5 or 6 cars. And it looked like once you was able to get, a little bit of space, you kind of drove away. I know you and the 42 had a pretty good battle there for a while. Like he was, right there near you for the most part.
Yep.
But,
yeah.
Man, once pit stops really happened or started, you was able to pretty much drive away after that one.
Yeah, so Nikhil got caught in traffic in the Lesmos like twice, like 2 laps in a row, and that got me just a little bit of a gap. And then I just got lucky with traffic. I think I had to check up maybe twice the whole race for traffic, and I think he got the raw end of the traffic deal pretty much the whole race. So I guess that's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, it's just there wasn't. Nikhil and I in practice were all right with each other the whole time, and he just came out on the unlucky end of all the traffic. So yeah, it happens. But yeah, good race with him. I always enjoy that. So yeah, it's a good time
for sure. That was one of the classes we was interested in and out because I know you guys was all close in qualifying times and stuff like that. Canadian Tire next week. Feeling on that one. I just talked to David Shutt about it.
So that's one track is like my kryptonite. I'm just not very good there. I don't know what car I'm gonna drive. I'll probably run the Lambo just because there's some type stuff. But we'll see. Yeah, it's a fun track. I'm just not very good at it.
I don't believe that, but I'm going to take your word for it. But either way, man, another first place victory here in Red Sox. Shout outs and all that you want to give out.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks for calling races and stuff for us, and thanks to the Red Sox guys for putting this on every week, and then also congrats to all the winners, and thanks to the PG-13 guys for showing up. We had a good time.
Hey, good job again, man.
Yep. Thank you.
Next up, it is now 2-time winner in victory lane. Mitch Heller puts the Ferrari back there. Had a guy say on the chat that you need to go by and pick him up some Arby's because you was dominating, man. Talk us through that. That was pretty dominant.
Man, it was a great race. I definitely put in some really good practice for this race. I was a little bit nervous about it.
Right.
Although I won, it seems as though it's definitely just a really challenging track. I at one point in turns 4 and 5 got a slowdown because I cut a little bit of the too much of the corner. And but other than that, it was kind of quiet for me up there, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, even the guy that I'm talking about even said that you need to drop back because you leading like that's no fun. And I was telling him in the chat, I was like, he ain't going to drop back. He's lost too many races just by bad luck. He ain't dropping back anytime soon. And it was Marcus, I believe is his name. So, man, heck of a race by you, dude. Talk us through racing here. I mean, these chicanes and the turtles that's on these chicanes are, I don't know if you want to call them turtles, but the big bumps that's in the chicane look like some big issues for a lot of people.
Yeah, I was really utilizing the corners at the Ascari S turns. I was really using them in there, but just about everywhere else, I pretty much stay off of them. So to me, it just seems as though a problem that I've had in the past has been consistency. And so I really just, picked a dance, stuck to it, and was able to pull off some really good times, and that got me ahead a good deal. And I don't know if you noticed, but I actually started slowing down. I thought that we'd be another lap down from the LMP2, and so I took a little bit of or less gas. And so on that last lap, I had some space to back off the fuel so I could make it all the way back around to pit stop.
It's actually pretty interesting. I did not know that. I was sitting here looking at the points. You was coming into tonight over Christopher Jimenez by 2 points. You're going to extend that a little bit tonight going into Canadian Tire. I asked the other two drivers that as well. Do you like Canadian Tire, especially in this car?
I love that track. It's fun. The last time I was there, I got pole, but then I took myself out of the race, or
I think I ended up getting fourth, but I hit some grass. It took me out.
I
It's a
remember
really
that.
great race. Yeah. So generally I do okay there and enjoy that track. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think that was turn 2, I believe, is where you hit the grass at, or turn 3.
Yes,
I
all by
believe.
myself. I did it all by
I've
myself.
done it there too. Man, honestly, another victory. I'm glad to see you doing so well. Shout out to all that you want to give out here.
To you folks in the booth, who was in the booth with you this
Todd
evening?
Chase Jr. was with me.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a
So,
new broadcaster
anyway,
with me.
okay. Shout out to you guys. I also want to do a special shout out for Chris Jimenez. Maybe about a year and a half or 2 ago, he actually invited me into this league. So a big shout out to him and all the rest of the folks in Red Sox.
Dude, you do a great job in here, so keep doing what you're doing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man. Good job tonight.
All right.
Well, there you go. There is your race winners here tonight. We'll hop back over and talk to Todd. Todd Chase Jr. back with us here in the booth. Todd, thoughts on the race?
I thought it was a pretty good race. We didn't have any issues like we thought we were going to have.
Yeah, we was wondering if there would be like some major wrecks, and there really wasn't. I mean, we had a couple cars here and there, but it wasn't bad.
No, not at all.
How many more gummies do you got left?
Oh, I've still got maybe half the bag left.
Oh, man.
I was snacking on them through the whole race.
I hear you. That'll do it for us, though, guys. Good race. Congratulations, David Mitch and Paul Gibson as well. We'll be back on Sunday for the ASL Series playoff start this Sunday for them. Make sure you guys tune in. Y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all then for Adam, Todd. Y'all have a great night. Take care and God bless.